What up, guys? CP the Tool Addict. Woo! And Miss Sunny. Miss Sunny, can you say hi? Hey, can you say hi? Can you? She doesn't want to talk. Come here. Come here, little girl. Come here. You're a good girl. Yes, she is. She wants to eat everything, including my face. Sometimes. She is a happy dog. She's a shop dog. Come on. Get over here. Get over here. You just calm down now, will you? Come here. Anyways, guys, we've got a massive little tool haul. Listen, I don't know what your deal is, why you gotta eat me all the time, but she just wants to eat my hand and my arm. Can we be nice today? Anyways, guys, we got a massive tool haul today. I know, getting way too deep into the intro here, but we got a massive, I guess it's not a tool haul, or yeah, it is a tool haul. We got a lot to talk about. I haven't done one of these. It's a new tool Tuesday. Some of these might not be new tools, but there's a couple that are new tools to the market, I can assure you that. So anyways, let's jump into the video. Get into this. Stick around. It's going to be fun. I'm going to start off with, I've been meaning to show this stuff for a while. Picked up, these are things that I would I'm just going to get this out of the way real quick. Shop supply stuff. Multi-pack abrasive sanding roll set. I picked this up. This is a POWERTEC. I don't know. It was just off an Amazon deal. I looked around. It just got 150 to 600 grit emery cloth. Always nice to have in the shop. I ran out. Comes in this nice little box with a cutter on it. You can see. I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested in getting some of this stuff. Otherwise, no big deal. But also, picking up some of this abrasive stuff out of O'Fallon, Missouri. Made here in the USA. This is 100%. I picked this up. 10-pack of this, one quantity. Couple bucks, you know, for this stuff. But to have some of this Brillo pad, or this abrasive pad around is nice to have for doing stuff. And it's just shop supply stuff, guys. I'm always constantly restocking my supply. You know, you run out of stuff, boom, you got to get new stuff. And that's that. So without getting into it too crazy, I'm sure there's different varieties. You guys can let me know in the comment box. I've just been using this stuff for a while. Seems to do the job for what I needed to do. Scotch-Brite is always just stuff to keep around, and having good, just having a little bit of emery cloth to clean up like burrs on stuff. You know, like some round surfaces, bolt. You know, I get a nick in a smooth part of a bolt or something. You know, in the inside of a bushing or something like that. Just nice to have that around. Alright, the next thing I'm just going to show you real quick because I don't know why. I picked up another one of these. I keep losing, I keep needing long triple squares. Once in a while I work on a Volkswagen, and why, I don't know. An Audi or something like that. But I picked up this NEIKO set, and I was actually pretty impressed. S2 steel, made in Taiwan, not a big deal. I do like the fact that they have the good length on them, but I had a couple, and I was missing some littler ones, and I just decided, you know what, much as I use them, here's the situation, guys. I know a lot of times I like using snap-on stuff, but in a situation, I totally understand a lot of people's perspective when they say, oh, I don't use it that much. If you're using it once or twice a year, I get it. So here you go. Here's a nice little deal, clean little set of, and it's S2 steel, which is pretty decent, made in Taiwan quality. The chrome looks decent, nothing too terrible there. Everything looks to me to be good enough to do what I need it to do. All the way from, what do we got here? This is a little guy down E4 series, E4, M4, M10 all the way up to M18. I believe is the biggest I have here. Yeah, M10 down to an M4 all the way up to an M18. So nice little set. No big deal. All right, next thing I got. Actually, let's go with this. I've actually threatened to show this quite a few times. Terminal tools. Okay, let me actually grab something quick. All right, terminal tools. Okay, my go-tos are the snap-on ones. I love these. You can see they have the old school handle on them. But these things are pretty much, I think, mostly what you need to do. I've never really needed much more than these, but I did run into a situation where I needed some different terminal release tools. The snap-on set really gets a job. This right here, seam ripper. In fact, we got some stuff right here. Seam ripper, this tool right here alone. If you don't buy the set, get a seam ripper tool. You can buy these several places, but look at this. When you get into a situation where you're trying to get wires open, these seam ripper tools, which this is an old sewing tool, but look at that. It just splits the loom open, especially when you get this gummy tape. without messing up the wires. Quick and easy. The fastest way when you're doing it with a razor blade, you're literally putting your own fingers, and I've seen guys go into the hospital more than once, but I mean, look at this. I can open this wire up deep down into it, get into the loom of it, which this is just a spare connector. Once again, I keep a lot of harnesses and connectors, but this right here alone is the cat's meow. So just wanted to show you this kit. Part number on this kit is a what the heck is this part number? I kept it in the tray because oh, here it is right here. SGT T110 from Snap-on. This thing is an amazing tool, or an amazing set right here. It's awesome. I love it because the handles are nice. Your hands get fatigued when you're doing this stuff here when you're splitting wires, so keep that in mind. All right, now on to this set. However, I've had this set and I've threatened to show it and I haven't. This is a CTA set, and this is supposed to be a master set. I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure. It shows the GM connectors in here. I haven't had a ton of success with this. It shows Volvo connectors, but it doesn't give you a full diagram of what every one of them is. It does give you common harness disassembly tips, inverted hook plastics, a little bit of guidance in here, but as far as giving you every single terminal diameter a layout, I actually am kind of disappointed in that because it only shows you a few Deutsch connectors, stuff like that, which is pretty standard. However, it does have some spring-loaded ones in here. The handles are pretty cheap. This thing will break. I had a guy already break one, and I had to order another one and replace it because he didn't know what he was doing. You push on these things too hard, it'll crack them. They're like a really brittle plastic. Not too super impressed with it, but it does get the job done if you know what you're doing and you don't, you know, treat it like a behemoth. But yeah, a bunch of these disconnect tools for depinning electrical connectors on you know, on your electronic stuff, whatnot. Just some funky little connectors there, whatnot. But you're kind of at your own mercy there because you got to figure out which one does which. This one's pretty typical, and these are GM ones are pretty typical. Your Deutsch connectors and stuff like that, weather pack stuff like that. That would be the one they showed right there with the saying this is the FlowServe connector, which I believe is that's the same as a weather pack or Deutsch connector. So yeah, anyways, I'll leave a link to this. I think it's like 50 bucks, something like that. If you're interested in adding on to your connector set, and if you do have to replace harnesses, especially on newer vehicles, guys, I will tell you this much, it's coming. I see it happening more and more, especially guys down south that get rat problems. If you got a vehicle that's sitting around, it can shoot up a wiring harness, and you got to replace. It's a way easier to replace the connector than go through and replace an entire wiring harness sometimes. Or if you have a bad piece of wire, you can go get a chunk out of the junkyard, or you can actually order these and repin them yourself. So these are kind of going to become a lot of people's staple tools here, I have a feeling, in the future. I have been using these for a while, and I've done a ton of depinning, especially with the Snap-on ones, but for the money, I guess it gets the job done. Is it the best one? No, the Snap-on is really my favorite go-to first, but if you get any oddball connectors, you know, this guy does the job. All right, next, but certainly not last, we've got these little strippers I got. I've had these before, and I used to sell these actually when I was a tool dealer before I went back to mechanicing again, but these things, I used to think they were kind of crappy. They're like 10 bucks, but they do come in handy. They're for 14 gauge to 26 gauge stripping wires and cutting wires, and you can just do these really, really fast with these guys. They're just a quick and dirty tool. Not my favorite. Keep in mind, not my favorite wire strippers. Okay, you know what? I got a pair of particular wire strippers that I use that I really like. But when you're in a pinch, and I'm usually left-handed when I cut, but when you're in a pinch or you just want to do some quick electrical work in a tight spot, you can see here these things work pretty nice. They cut, they strip, they do the job, and they're dirt cheap, and it's all in one, where you can just go pat, 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 strip, and then flip them over and cut, 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 cut. I like them. Kind of a unique design. They've been around for a long, long time. These are not by a new tool by any means, but they are freaking handy. So yeah, definitely we'll keep a check on those. Also, picked up a set of needle nose. Once again, I've showed these before. I've got the Max style. They came out with this, but these are the quick release pliers. Now, I've said I've liked these, and I really do. They've got a pretty thick jaw on them, so decent for a needle nose. I didn't have a bigger needle nose. I wanted a bigger needle nose. I'm actually going to probably get a couple more of these. Honestly, I didn't want to pay the $100 for the snap-on ones. That's probably my biggest problem. I have to deal with it, but these are 9LNs, or they're a P42L. I'm not sure the part number on them, but I do like the fact that they're quick and dirty. You know, you just tighten them down to one deal there, and then you can get your deal wherever you find it desirable. See if I can get these. Quick turn, almost a one-handed operation, to be honest with you. But then you have the quick release, so you can, well, I probably put them on there a little bit too tight with my Kung Fu grip, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's more like it. There's a good firm grip on them, and then you can get them released with one hand on them. So definitely decent. The jaws seem to be, and they also have a little bit of cross cutting, there, as you see, which is nice. The jaws they're pretty decently machined. Got to tell you, for Taiwanese made pliers. So IRWIN, you know, obviously owns VISE-GRIP, so these are actual VISE-GRIPs. They still say the original. They just don't say made in the USA, which we all know that's been a fail. All right, last two things we're going to go over briefly, because I'm going to probably have to do a separate video on these. But, however, Depstech has released another rotary tool. And I actually got to test the test model beforehand. So I actually have already had this tool. This is a new one. This is the actual kit. Comes with your little shroud, little protective clear shield shroud. With the, is this the one with the light on it? No, this is not the light. And then you got your, like, your rotary setup there. This one literally goes from, what is this, something to 35,000 RPMs. The biggest thing is it's 35,000 RPMs. Let me see here. It says on the box, yes, 5,000 to 35,000 RPMs. It's got a 2,500 milliamp battery in it, 12 volt DC, digital display. Comes with a nice little kit, USB-C rechargeable, which they listened on that. The only downside is we didn't get a light with it. I did request a light, but the first version of this was very loud, and I'm pleased to say that they actually, and it starts off on your 3 setting, but you can hear decently, not too loud, and then we'll go all the way up to 5. There's your 35,000 RPMs, nice little spinning action, and they're an affordable tool. I really like these things, and these things have been performing very well for me. I've been using this for well over a year, to be honest with you, because I did do the beta testing on the original one, and I gotta tell you, this thing, game changer when it comes to, like, you're talking about buying a Milwaukee one or something like that. The nice thing about this Dremel kit is, this 1/8" drive Dremel kit setup, you do go through things really fast with 35,000 RPMs, but having an 1/8" chuck, or 1/8" collet to do some stuff for dremeling, believe it or not, using it in the automotive field is definitely something that really helps. 35,000 RPMs, you can definitely clean up little smaller areas. Instead of using a die grinder or whatnot, you can literally get these little stones and stuff in your break areas and your tight areas like that, and this thing will hold up. And I've had it subjected to some fluid abuse and whatnot. My other one, which I can't show you because it's a prototype, unfortunately they don't allow me to do that. It is what it is. I don't know what to say to you guys, but I do know that this thing will hold up. I have a good, confident feeling about this being a great tool, and it's like under 80 bucks or something like that. So the part number on it's going to be a P1P, simple Depstech rotary tool, multifunctioning, awesome tool. It's like a sore repeater. You can't beat it. So yeah, the last thing we'll get into, we'll show you, is this little guy right here. We're going to do a whole nother video on this, so I'm just going to give you a little full frontal real quick on it. But this is the DX2Z, 2Z, and this is an articulating tool. Now, like I said, I'm not going to get into this really deep, but it has a bolt-on. You got your screen, you clip on here, There is some, we're gonna go over some stuff on it, but it also does articulating. Watch my little guy right here. Watch my little guy. Now, the one thing I'm gonna tell you right off the bat is this is a definite game changer for doing some things, but as far as diameter wise, this is a little bit large on the diameter size. But if you are interested in one of these, they are rugged, very durable. Like I said, we're going to have to go over a full video on this because this one's getting too long right now for a New Tool Tuesday. But yeah, look at this little fella right here. I mean, we can literally get into it. Pretty good screen color and whatnot for, well, once again, I always say these borescopes are made for, you know, up close, not distance, okay? You can see my fingerprint right there. The distance is not a big thing, like, you know, when you show these on here. But we're going to do, I want to show something else with this and do some stuff with it before we get into it. But anyways, guys, that's the video. Remember, like, comment, share, subscribe, ring that bell. Remember, keep your hands dirty and your money clean. Thanks for watching.